let's start with the elephant in the room. You said our gross national debt is going to reach about $29 trillion by 2026. Are you satisfied with how any of the candidates are addressing this issue?
This campaign is so discouraging and so frightening, really. What the point of a campaign is to have a national discussion about what you're going to do and to educate voters about the issues that are facing the country. And we have heard some rhetoric about the fact that deficits and debt are a problem, not very much, but we have heard no policy solutions whatsoever. And on the Republican side, you hear more talk about the importance of the debt, but we have plans that would balloon the debt by another 10 to 12 to 15 trillion dollars. I mean, huge, huge increases. And on the Democratic side, we are hearing very little about the deficit and debt, and there are some ideas that would pay for the plans that the candidates are talking about, the new plans, but would basically leave nothing left to deal with the deficit and debt. So I have to say I'm really concerned about the promises that are out there and where it will leave the country, which is already on an unsustainable path.
Donald Trump has specifically said that he would reduce the debt by $19 trillion in 8 years. Everyone that I have talked to has said not realistic. Is it?
Impossible. I mean, it really is impossible. You would have to basically also keep in mind that he's talked about cutting taxes by $10 trillion and raising spending significantly, and most importantly, not touching Social Security or Medicare, which is a lovely promise, but not a realistic one. So those numbers don't add up at all. There's not even a possibility that we're going to be able to pay off the entire debt in a short amount of time. What we should be pushing for is, can you come up with a plan where the debt would not be growing faster than the economy? Kind of like a credit card where you don't want what you owe to be going faster than your income. And so we have that right now. Let's just get control of that. Democrats have tended to talk about raising taxes, and Republicans have talked about reforming entitlements. But the problem is that Democrats, Hillary Clinton has promised not to raise taxes on anybody less than $250,000. That takes a lot of those revenues off the table. But the biggest surprise is to have the leading Republican candidate talking about not reforming entitlements at all. And it's not, that doesn't help the people who rely on the program. If we don't make changes, there will be an abrupt 20% cut for everybody when the trust funds run out of money. And I would add, he's talked about fixing the program with waste, fraud, and abuse, which honestly, listen, if there's waste, fraud, and abuse in the government, which there is, we should get rid of it. But it's not going to fix the problems. We're all living longer. We're living so much longer than when the program was created, and so we need to restructure the program to reflect those kinds of changes.